let's go back down memory lane where Joel was lying on the campaign trail, but they just forgive it. They forgive it because what happens is, one, the media never holds them accountable. Two, the media that does hold them accountable, those voters don't watch it. And number three, even if they run across a lie or two from Joe, all the media has to do is come out and say, yeah, but would you rather a liar or racist? Then all of a sudden, what do people, I'll take the liar over a racist white nationalist. So let's hear some of his oldies but goldies, okay? Before we get to this video, make sure you hit like, share my videos, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Also, make sure that your notifications are on and they're set to all. Now, let's get into this. But first, quick commercial break. You know, it's almost 2023 and nothing has really changed, has it? The year is ending and things are now even more expensive than they were at the start. But what if I told you that there was a way to protect our wealth next year? And I'm talking about the Bank of America's recent outlook for 2023 of gold to $2,000 and silver to $25 in the second half of the year. And this is just the beginning. Looking to 2024, Bank of America sees gold prices remaining elevated with an average price of $2,086 an ounce. So what are you waiting for? It's not too late to add precious metals to your IRA. Thousands of people have retired comfortably with the help of Noble Gold Investments and their gold and silver IRAs. Now, if you've been a hesitant investor, but one of the handful of Americans who can go for gold and silver in your IRA, now is the time to act. If you get in before the end of this month, you'll bag an incredible free 3-ounce silver American Virtue coin with every qualifying IRA of $20,000 and above. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold. Call 877-646-5347 to find out more or visit noblegoldinvestments.com. There's always a risk of loss, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Now, check out the website, and we gotta get to this video.
Great honor of meeting him. I had the great honor of being arrested with our UN ambassador on the streets of Soweto, trying to get to see him on Robbins Island.
Y'all hear that? Joe Biden was risking his life for Nelson Mandela. Yeah, full-blown lie. Full-blown lie. This is where pandering gets ya. And the lies always seem to put him in all of these scenarios where he's representing or supporting a group of people that he really wasn't representing or supporting. But yet, a large percentage of those people still accept the lie, still votes for him. I mean, right now, it's obvious when he said this, he was catering to black folks. Yeah, I almost got killed trying to support Nelson Mandela. That's right, I went to fight for him, and then Winnie came out and said, hey, what are you doing here, Joe? And I said, you know what, Winnie, get behind me, I'm going in. Cover me. I mean, the lies are amazing, but nobody ever, holds them accountable. Now, any other time black folks, other minorities would be offended. Democrats would be offended if Trump came out and said he liked one black person. He doesn't like any black people. This is a full-blown lie. He's just doing that to appeal to his base. But this guy, full-blown, went and almost got arrested in the streets of Soweto. But let's hear about what really happened.
Said arrested. I meant I was not able to move.
Oh.
Cops, upper counters would not let me go with them, made me stay where I was. I guess I wasn't arrested, I was stopped. This guy...
Wow. Now, I mean, that's a slight difference right there. Okay, wait, maybe not arrested. So he had to pull back a little bit, had to retract that one. So now he has an uncle who almost won the Purple Heart, should have won the Purple Heart, I guess, or did. And he said, I don't want it, Joey. I don't want it. Then he almost got arrested in the streets of Soweto. Come to find out he was just stopped and prevented from traveling further. Now, let's see what this one's about.
Climbed down a ravine, carried this guy up on his back under fire.
Another one.
And the general wanted me to pin the silver star on him.
Oh, God.
I got up there and stand and said, God's truth, my word is abiding.
Oh, God. See, and that means nothing. See, that's the problem. Soon as he says that, I know he's lying. It's the God's truth, not a joke. When he says those things, automatically, I know he's lying. I'll give you my word as a Biden, which is worth nothing. This is the same man who said, I don't know nothing about my son's business deals. Come to find out he did. I don't know nothing about Michael Flynn's investigation. Come to find out he was sitting right in the meeting plotting to sabotage Michael Flynn's career. All of that. This guy is a professional liar. He's right next to Satan when it comes down to the lying. Okay, Satan's proud of his work when it comes down to creepy sleepy. So the father of all lies have anointed this man, even in his faulty brain, to still be out there telling tall tales. Let's continue, though.
He stood at attention. I went to pin him. I said, sir, I don't want the damn thing. Do not pin it on me, sir. Please, sir. Do not do that.
You hear that?
He died. He died.
He didn't pin the medal on the guy, who wasn't a Navy captain.
What?
He just made it up.
Just made
And
it up.
Biden has told this story time and again over the years, changing the details in it ever so slightly on each occasion. So sorry, it's not a gaffe. It's pure misrepresentation.
Yes, it is. And I'm surprised this man, who is a liar himself from CNN, is even talking about this. I think he might have made this before they had nominated Joe Biden to be the front runner. See, because this is when they, was maybe trying to see if a Pete Buttigieg or whatever could be up front or whoever else. So he might have been doing this before they all agreed to go ahead and rescue Joe. And it's amazing how they will point all of this stuff out and then all of a sudden it just goes away. They don't ever talk about it again. Now, if this was any Republican, they would be running this on the reel constantly. But here this guy is pointing out these lies. So I picked a CNN person for a reason. It's one thing for us conservatives to be pointing it out. But when CNN points it out, what can you say about that? And it also shows their hypocrisy.
Then there's Iraq, where the former vice president says he only voted for the war because the Bush administration tricked him.
I made a mistake. I said it 14 years ago. I trusted George Bush to keep his word. He said he was not going to go into Iraq.
Except Biden was calling for war with Saddam Hussein in 1998.
What?
Only way we're going to get rid of Saddam Hussein. And it's going to require guys like you in uniform to be back on foot in the desert, taking taking Saddam down.
Whoa. Now he almost made a gaffe right there. I think that was the beginning of the gaffes. The gaffes were starting to kick in right there. Taking that Saddam Hussein down. So, there we go. Contradiction, lie. But they operate as if none of this stuff ever was left on the internet. Like they never said it. Like it never happened. No one ever holds him accountable. Nobody ever plays these clips when he's doing some type of press conference, when he does allow a question or two to be asked. I mean, do you understand how frazzled that man would be if you brought up like 3 or 4 of these examples? I would love to see him explain that whole first story that I just played about his uncle. I mean, why can't Peter Ducey or somebody ask him? Just one question. Hey, the other day, I heard you say something about your uncle, but actually, so why are you lying, sir? Nobody asked?
He also says now that he opposed the Iraq war as soon as it started.
From the moment shock and awe started, from that moment, I was opposed to the effort and I was outspoken.
A complete fabrication.
What?
Here he is several months after the invasion began, praising both the war and George Bush.
Some of my own party have said that it was a mistake to go to Iraq in the first place.
Yeah.
But the cost of not acting against Saddam, I think, would have been much greater. The President of the United States is a bold leader, and he is popular.
Tell him,
Again,
Joe.
Biden.
Tell him, Joe. So here we go. Now, funny, because see, I'm not giving this guy any credit, because I've seen this guy on CNN dropping bigger lies than Joe. He's a propagandist too. See, it's like they just blow with the wind. It's one of those things where we're not going to hold you accountable because of principle. We're going to do it because of propaganda. What's convenient? What's the objective and the goal at that particular moment? Because if he was true and he was really holding truth to power and all of that stuff, he would still be talking about those lies. But this guy, along with the whole network, right about now, will get up there and cover up all of Joel's lies, all of his hypocrisy, all of his contradictions, all of those things. So he gets no credit. I'm just using him as an example right now of the fake phony news. Let's continue though.
Biden just makes stuff up. Number 4, there's Biden's role in the civil rights movement, which is pretty easy to summarize. He didn't have one.
He didn't?
When I marched in the civil rights movement, I marched with tens of thousands of others to change attitudes. And we changed attitudes.
So when I was about the age of the guy standing over there, I got involved in the civil rights movement.
Tell him,
He
Joe.
knows it's up.
Y'all hear that? Joe was out there like, keep your eyes on the prize, move on. That's right. He was locked arm in arm with Martin Luther the King, talking about some we shall overcome. Oh, wait a minute. He didn't come? Joe never came? He never was at the march? Oh, he watched it on TV? See, the lie always gets exposed. But for some reason, nobody sticks it up in his face. Now, anybody else, career would have been over. Before he ever ran, they would have dropped all of those lies that dates back decades and would have disqualified that man. But not Joe. This is number 1, the quality of candidates that Democrat voters will accept. And number 2, it goes to show that the propaganda machine would do whatever it has to do to win. They will cover up whoever. They will make sure that people don't hear whatever. And we're going to be finding out more about that as we go tonight. Let's go ahead, because these are the top big 5 whoppers that Joe told. All right, here we go.
Untrue. Don't take my word for it. Take his.
What?
I was not an activist.
He wasn't?
I was not out marching.
What?
I was not down in Selma.
Get outta here.
I was not anywhere else.
Imagine.
Wow. I mean, those were some whopper of lies. Those were those pander lies right there. So now, here he goes trying to win that black vote like all Democrats do. And I'm amazed that people just haven't caught on to that. None of these people are real advocates for the things that they claim they are. It's unreal to me. I mean, it should be obvious the fact that they kicked all of those illegal immigrants out of Martha's Vineyard. But yet the sign said all illegal immigrants are welcome. Nobody's illegal here. No one's illegal. But if y'all show up, y'all butts better be out of here in 24 hours. And we're going to bring in the National Guard to get you out. If they really loved illegal immigrants, they would have welcomed them in with open arms. See, it always gets exposed when it comes down to them fighting for racism, against the racism and all of that stuff. They're all making it up. They create the perception that racism is just horrific and is on the rise and it's the number one threat so that they can use it for political reasons. See, but they're not really out there on the front line. They're out there faking like they're getting arrested for women who wants to get abortions and stuff. Yeah, they're out there acting like, you know what, we're fighting for voters' rights and, suppression of the vote. But don't even know how many black folks voted down in Texas. That was hilarious. When all those people from Texas flew up to Washington, we'll go to jail for this and all of that. And then out there at the Capitol, and the lady was asking, like, how many black folks voted in Texas last time? Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. How can you not know the answer to that, but you're out there protesting and advocating and swearing up and down you're fighting for these things? The fact is, none of them are doing any of those things. They sit around and they say, what can we use? What issues could drum up feelings and emotions and division amongst the people that we can use to divide them, to paint our enemies as evil, corrupt, racist, hateful, prejudiced, bigoted? That's what they do.
Imagine as a white guy lying about your role in the civil rights
Yeah.
movement. Finally, you all know that Biden had to quit his 1988 campaign after he was caught plagiarizing parts of his stump speech.
Get out of here.
But Biden also lied about his grades.
I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect. The first year in law school, I decided I didn't want to be in law school and ended up in the bottom 2/3 of my class, and then decided I wanted to stay, went back to law school, and in fact ended up in the top half of my class.
What?
In fact, he graduated 76
76?
in a law school class of 85.
Whoa, he almost brought up the rear, y'all. Almost brought up the full-blown rear. But he's out there. That's right. Smart as a whip. That's right. Smart as a cat. The things that this dude has been able to get away with is astronomical. I mean, just the Tara Reid accusation alone is amazing to me. All that Me Too just went right out the window. Matter of fact, they left Me Too right around Jacob Blake. Yeah, that's when Me Too fell off real quick because his girlfriend, who he digitally violated, that Me Too ran out for her because, see, Kamala Harris went down there and was, you're so brave. See, they really don't care about women. They don't care about any of these victimized groups that they claim they do. They only care about politics and power and how they can use each situation to their advantage. And it burns me up that people can't see it. That's why I got to keep pointing it out. See, I'm going to make these into little short clips so you can send them to all the bubbleheads and let them know, hey, don't be a bubblehead, okay? All right? He's a bubblehead. She's a bubblehead. He's a bubblehead. You don't want to be a bubblehead, too. God bless you. God bless America. Don't forget to hit that like button. Share my videos. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those good things. And please check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like their products, please click on the link below this video. Put Kevin in a promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. If you'd like to donate to Kevin's Corner, feel free. The links are below this video. If you want to be a part of my $2 a month club, also feel free to do that. All it entails is you simply dropping $2 a month into one of those links below the video. Or if you want, you can drop a nice big fat lump sum in there to offset the stuff that we know goes on with big tech. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Make sure that you are still subscribed. And finally, set your notification button to all because YouTube is playing games, y'all. Now, God bless you. God bless America. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner.